What's up everybody, welcome. In this tutorial we will continue learning what is SQL and types of SQL or types of databases, and also we will see database management system or the abbreviation DBMS. So guys, let's get started. First of all, I want to give you basic information about types of databases and SQL. Actually, in the previous lecture we talked about SQL. We said SQL is structured query language, and here I have features of SQL. I said SQL has well-defined standard. With the help of SQL, one can create multiple views. SQL easy to learn. SQL have advantage or probability of code in SQL is prominent feature. And here we have types of databases. And I said we will learn just two of them, and NoSQL database or relational database here. NoSQL database is actually non-relational database, and relational database is the relational or SQL database. When we write or when we see relational database, basically we will see columns and rows. Relational database is just a type of database. It uses a structure that allows us to identify and access data in relation to another pieces of data in the database. So it is our key sentence, guys. We said it uses a structure that allows us to identify and access data in relation to another pieces of or another piece of data in that database. Often data in relational database is organized into tables. What I mean by tables, I will draw a table and I will show it, but let me explain one more thing. Tables, what is table? Actually, let's begin. What is table? Tables can have hundreds, thousands, sometimes even millions of rows of data. These can be these rows often called records. Tables can also have many columns of data. I want to show you this table, and I just want to choose this drawing tool, and I want to draw for you guys here something. Let's assume I have here a table. Sorry guys, I will not use this. I will just use this. Why I'm doing this, I don't know. Okay guys, let's assume this is my table, and in my table I will create one column, and let's write here column name 1, and when I write like this, I got actually 3 columns. This is column 1, 2 and 3. I will write here just N, and that is abbreviation for name. I will write here age, and here I will just write ID. Okay, ID. And let's write here rows. I will just write like this. This is my one row, and let's write just 3 rows. My name, let's write, is Bob. Okay, age is 17, and ID is 1, and let's write B and C. This is my just basic ID. You can see this is relational database. What is relational database? What I mean by relational database have table. You can see this is my relational database, and I have here table, and table contains columns name, age and ID is my column, and also here rows. Okay, let's write here another row. I will just write here Jack. Okay, Jack is my second column, and age of Jack I will write 35, and ID is just 7. Okay, you can see here I have 3 columns and 3 rows. My first row is Bob, age 17, and ID is 1BC. Okay, And this is actually a relational database. We said relational databases have tables, and tables can have hundreds, thousands, sometimes even millions of rows of data. These rows are often called records. For example, this is my row 1. Okay, let me write here 1 and 2. And here let's write I have 3. Let's write here one more name. I will say Jim, and age 7, and ID number 1, 5, and 4. Okay, this is my row 1. This is my 2 and 3. And these are my columns. I will write here. Okay, guys. So column 1 is name. Column 2 is age, and this column is ID column. And I have here 2 records. Records aren't column. Records are rows here. Row 1, 2, and 3, or record 1, 2, and 3. Let's continue. Let's remove all of this. And I just want to show you guys this NoSQL database. A NoSQL database is an approach to design such databases that can accommodate a wide variety of data models. And NoSQL stands for not only SQL. SQL or NoSQL is an alternative to traditional relational databases in which data is placed in tables and data schema is perfectly designed before the database is built. You can remember in the previous example I showed you about relational database, and non-relational database or NoSQL database is an alternative to the traditional relational databases in which data is placed in table. I showed you a table, row, and column. So guys, NoSQL databases are useful for a large set of distributed data. I want to talk to you about advantage of NoSQL. For me, one of the best advantages of NoSQL is high scalability. NoSQL can handle an extensive amount of data because of scalability. If the data grows, NoSQL database scale it to handle that data in an effective manner. And also another advantage is high availability. NoSQL supports auto-replication. Auto-replication makes it highly available because in case of any failure, data replicates itself to the previous consistent state. And let me just quickly talk to you about disadvantages of NoSQL. One of them is open source. NoSQL is an open source database, so there is no reliable standard for NoSQL yet. And let me explain one more, and that is backup. Backup is a great weak point of NoSQL databases. Some databases like MongoDB have no powerful approaches for data backup. Okay guys, and now I want to talk to you about database management system. Okay guys, a special software program that helps users create and maintain a database. Database management system create, store, and manage database. DBMS isn't actual database. DBMS is a software application that is used for creating, deleting, updating, or something like this from database. Let's assume we have user, and user don't do anything directly in order to create, delete, or update our database. Because if our user wants to delete or update or insert something to the database, user will use database management system. Okay, that's what database management system is. And database management system makes it easy to manage large amounts of information, handles security, backups, importing or exporting data, concurrency, and interacts with software applications. And in this video series, like I said before, we will use MySQL as a SQL language. Okay, guys, so I think we're done here. I think we're done giving you information about MySQL, SQL, database management system, relational databases, and non-relational databases. And in the next lecture, we will continue our MySQL. We will see installing MySQL, and we will see tables, rows, and columns using MySQL. So guys, I want to finish this lesson here. Let's see you in the next lecture.